gang. You already know what it is. Gold Sack Gang. Niggas checking in. This is Batai, God King TV. And in this video, we're going to talk about astrology, but we're going to talk more about the moon. And we're going to talk about the moon and what does it mean for you in terms of dealing with women and how you should use your moon in terms of dealing with women. Now, what I wanted to do is give a little brief and general description of this energy. And you know, I'll probably be going more in depth in it in my book when I finish writing my book. But I wanted to just talk about it and help niggas out. And if you don't know astrology, you need to be getting a reading. If you need a reading, fuck with me. I'll probably put my rates in the comment section along with the information where you can contact me when you want to read them. But readings will help you understand things. And one thing you'll probably hear me say, and I said it before and I'll say it again and I'll always say it, is I won't date no woman if I don't know her astrology chart. If I don't know her natal chart, I'm not dating her. I will not date her. I will not even give nothing a glance if I don't look at that chart, because I want to know what I'm dealing with. And because I know my chart, I know what type of women I attract, but I also want to know what that chart details so I can have, and keep in mind, we in Virgo season and I'm a Virgo. I like to know details. I like to know details for the fact of, is this efficient for me to be dealing with in terms of relating to you in my chart? Does it make sense for me to fuck with you, right? So as a man, right, in astrology, we have two things. We have the moon and we have the Venus that we ideally look at the most, right? But you also want to take into account things like Neptune, but that's another story later on. But what I wanted to talk about and focus strictly on this time around is the moon. And what I wanted to talk about with the moon is I want you to understand this for those who may not know astrology, and I try to put it in terms where you can always understand it for those on any level. And I always use my chart as an example because I don't like making up scenarios where, even though I can, but I like to use real life shit. I'm a Virgo. I believe in experience. And I believe in real life practicality, right? So the moon in astrology for a man, and anybody really, but I'm talking about for the men in this time, right? The moon symbolizes not only your mother, it symbolizes the domestic arena. It symbolizes the way you live in terms of how you want to relate to people on an intimate level. It symbolizes your unconscious nature, your subconscious nature. It's the mind, the first mind, right? But it's also your mother, and it's also the women that you find attractive, and certain things about them that you find attractive that you want to have as a, I'll put it this way. The moon is the type of energy that you would love to marry, okay? The moon is the type of woman you would love to marry in terms of how you want her to be, in terms of her emotional nature and how she shows her feminine self. You know, the moon is feminine. So the moon, we're talking about that maternal nature as a woman. What about this woman do you like? Is it something about this woman that you like, right? Now, what I wanted to do is go through each sign and talk a little bit about it. So if you understand enough even to pull up your natal chart, you'll understand, okay, well, I pulled up my natal chart. Now, what next? I don't know. But I know my moon sign because this nigga went through it. I see my moon sign is this. That gives you a little bit more of a picture, right, of the type of women you like in terms of what you would ideally want to date. Now, speaking of, you know, starting off the chart, I'll use mine as an example because Aries is the beginning of the chart, right? And I'm an Aries moon. So me being an Aries moon. Now, what does that mean for a man? Me having an Aries moon, and I have trine Neptune, I have my moon trine Mercury, I have my moon trine Mars, right? I also have my moon trine my ascendant. And I have my moon opposed Pluto. So I don't have no moon squares, and I only have one opposition to Pluto, and that's in the third in Scorpio, you know, and I'm an 8th house moon because I'm a Virgo sun, Virgo rising. So for me, when it comes to the type of women I like a woman who's an independent woman. I like a woman who knows how to take action, you know. And keep in mind, the moon is your mom. So when we talk about archetypical energy, a lot of the times, depending on your relationship to your mom, will highlight what you like in a woman. Because remember, the moon is the first type of woman that you ever been having, you know, you, for the most part, for most of us, to have experience with, right? In terms of who was the first person that you learned that this is what a female is, this is what a woman is. She's gonna be your mom, because the mom is the first teacher, right? For the most part, archetypically, that's what it is. So for me, I love a woman who's a take charge woman. I don't like no pussy ass women. I like you to be feminine, for sure, for sure. But I like you to have this initiating attitude, right? Aries is initiating, right? I like you to have this fiery energy in terms of being fueled up to go out and do something. You know, I don't like somebody who's a pussy. I like a woman who's actually going to be able to be feminine, but also know how to motherfucking go about and go and get hers. Because the way I look at it is I'm an Aries moon. I'm an 8th house moon. So when I'm talking about being intimate, I want somebody I can be intimate with, but I want you to be independent as well. You know, and that ties into other things too in the chart when you talk about Venus and things of that nature, because my Venus trine Uranus. So I like a woman who also loves to be herself, but also be independent and know how to be a partner. You know, that's what I like. I like a woman who got a go-getter attitude. And so for you guys who got an Aries moon, more than likely you like a woman who has a go-getter attitude, somebody who knows how to be feminine, somebody who also knows how to talk that shit they got to. They know how to stand up on their own. You know, we out in public, some bitches talking shit. I want my girl to be able to say, bitch, shut the fuck up. For me and my nigga, air this bitch out. And your pussy ass nigga could get it too. And I sit back and wait. Go ahead, baby. Say the word, baby. Say the word. You feel me? Nah, but I also like her to be, you know, poised. And I like her to have a attitude about her that commands attention and respect, right? So those are some of the things that I look for in a woman in terms of me having a moon in Aries, right? Now, if you got a moon in Taurus, you may feel a little bit different. And that's fine. But this is why the moon is important for us to understand when we look through each other's chart, right? So if you got the moon in Taurus, then you're looking for a woman who has, I want to say that Southern Belle charm. She's beautiful. You want her to be able to be on her shit when it comes to making a house a nice place for you. She might be a interior decorator. You want her to be somebody who knows how to, all right, let's say you get the house. You want her to be able to decorate that motherfucker. You want her to be able to cook. You want her to be able to get your clothes out because you're a working man. Right? Moon and Taurus. You want her to be able to have that type of, I got you, baby. Because Taurus is practical, right? Now, think of the moon. You're practical. You know, you want what you want, and you want it to feel good, and you want to look good. So Taurus is what? It's ruled by Venus. So you want these nice things. You want a beautiful woman. You want a woman who knows how to help you keep this house clean, do all these practical things that just adds to the value of this harmony, you know, that you have when you're talking about a domestic relationship, right? Because remember, the moon is the domestic arena. So we're talking about the home, right? A moon and Taurus, you like nice fabrics, you want good food, all that shit. You want a woman who know how to cook good food, or she know where to go find it. You want a woman who know how to also find fly ass shit and possibly get it on sale, so you can save more money, nigga. You feel me? That's that Taurus shit. You feel me? And you know, there's always going to be other aspects that play a part and colorize your attraction to what it is about the moon based on your aspects, as well as house placement, right? So now let's go to Gemini. You got a Gemini moon. You like a woman that like to talk. That means your mama used to talk a lot, or she very nosy. You know, if you got a Gemini moon, your mama talk a lot. You may even love to talk a lot. You might not even be very consistent in certain areas. So you might not hold the woman to being consistent because it's hard for you to get pinned down too. But what you will like is a woman who stimulates your mind. Somebody who makes you feel like, yo, this is a journey. Let me see what she talking about. She cool as hell. This girl, she don't know what she want to do either, but we could figure it out together, right? So when you got a Gemini moon, you might even like multiple women. You might like 2 women at a time or more. You need a woman that's going to pique your interest in terms of making you feel like, okay, she's able to keep me distracted more than these other women. You know, you might look at her and say, she wild, she cool, she can't be contained. I like that. She's light. You know, you might like the fact that you got a woman who don't take shit too personal. She ain't too emotional, you know, because Gemini is an air sign. So you might get a woman who talks some shit back to you, but y'all play it off. It ain't that serious. Now, she might be fickle herself. You might be fickle as well, but that's what you like, so you utilize that. So it's nothing wrong with being able to utilize those type of energies, man, when you got that type of chart, right? When you got that moon sign. Now think about something like moon and Cancer. If you a nigga and you got moon and Cancer, two things are for sure. You very emotional yourself, nigga, whether you like to admit it or not, nigga. You an emotional ass nigga. Now, you got feelings. Nothing wrong with it. I'm not downplaying it. What I am going to say is this. Because you got a Cancer moon, now based on how your chart is set up and how your moon is aspected, you might be a mama's boy. You might be somebody that always had the attention of the mama, so when you get a woman, you want your woman to baby you. You want your woman to baby you. Or you want your woman to do all the shit your mama do. She might not got to baby you, but you want a woman who going to cook, clean, do all this type of things, a little bit different than the Taurus, moon and Taurus. You want your woman who's going to be able to be there and provide for you. You might be the type that work all day, but you bring that check home. You want to be able to bring the check home and ain't got to worry about nothing. She know what to do with it. You just give her the bread. She know what to do with it. That's what you probably want and probably need. And then when you get sick, she there to take care of you. You want a woman who know how to do all those maternal things in terms of what you would consider the old-fashioned, good old housewoman. You know what I mean? That's what you want. You want a woman who's going to take care of everything at the house and take care of you and cook good food. You know, that woman that might bring you your plate of food. That's what you might want. You know what I'm saying? As well as she might be a little bit emotional as well, because you are too. But that's fine. That's what comes with it. You want a woman who got some feeling. You feel like, hey, I want a woman who's gonna show me that she cares about me, she love me, she cook for me, she do this, she do that. That's what makes you feel good, Now, what I want to do is do a part 2 where I'm going to talk more about the other signs of the moon. And I just wanted to break these up into different sections just to get the algorithms back up. So this right here has just been from Aries to Cancer. Now we about to go through the rest of the zodiac. I will stay touching all kinds